Welcome to Learn with Lili. Today we are starting with your Universal Science for Class 4 students, Chapter 13, the last chapter. And the name of the chapter is Force, Work and Energy. Stepping Stones. 1. All plants, animals and human beings need energy to grow. What is the source of this energy? Food. Number 2. Do we need energy to apply force on an object? Yes. Number 3. Name any 3 activities that you do in a day that need energy. Lifting a book, cook food, and drive cars. Number 4. Do you take the help of any object or appliance to complete a task or work? Yes. Now, force. In our previous grade, we have learned that a push or a pull is called force. We use force in most of our daily activities such as picking or throwing things, sweeping or mopping the floor, opening or shutting door, squeezing a tube, and many other things. A force can cause things to start moving, stop moving, change shape, and change position or direction. Kinds of forces. There are various kinds of forces. Muscular force. The force which is exerted by our muscles is called the muscular force. We use muscular force to lift our school bag or to turn the page of this book. Any kind of movement done by our body is an example of muscular force. A boy kicking a football. This is a muscular force. Mechanical force. We use cranes to lift heavy things. The muscular force is not enough to lift heavy things. Cricket coaches use bowling machine to throw balls faster. The force used by machines is called mechanical force. Elastic force. An archer uses elastic force of the bow string to shoot an arrow. A pole vaulter uses the elastic force of a flexible pole to jump higher. Gravitational force. Hold a ball in your hand and release it. Does it go up or down? Throw a ball up in the sky. Does it keep going up or does it come back? You will observe that no matter how hard you throw things up, they always come back to earth. It is because the earth pulls all objects towards its center with a force called gravitational force or gravity. Everything that has mass is pulled towards the earth due to the force of gravity. That is why all objects fall on the ground. Then trees shed their leaves, they fall down. Why do astronauts float inside the spacecraft in space? Because there is no gravity in space. Now let's learn about frictional force. A bicycle slows down and stops after a distance if you stop pedaling it. Also, a ball rolled on the ground stops after covering some distance. What is stopping them from moving on their own? Actually, moving things slow down or stop moving on their own because some kind of force acts on them. This force is called the force of friction or frictional force. It comes into play only when an object moves over the other. It always acts opposite to the direction of motion of the object. So a girl riding a bicycle. That is why a skater wearing skating shoes has to push himself to keep moving in order to overcome the frictional force. However, the skater would not stop if there is no friction. Also, if there is too much friction, the skater would not be able to skate at all. Therefore, the frictional force is very important. Remember, apply a force in the opposite direction to stop a trolley from sliding down a slope. Wonder box. There is also friction due to air. It is called air friction or drag. All airplanes have a spindle shape and a pointed nose to move faster by overcoming friction. Magnetic force. A magnet attracts some metals and metal objects such as iron nails. It also attracts or repels other magnets with a force. This force is called a magnetic force. We often stick beautiful fridge magnets on our refrigerators. Try and stick in some magnet on a plastic object. Does it stick? No. That is perform an activity to observe magnetic force. Activity 1. Take a small empty glass bottle, fill it with water, put some iron nails and steel pins in the bottle. Close the lid of the bottle tightly. Now bring a magnet near it and see what happens. Do the iron nails move? Yes. Do the steel pins move? No. Now let's learn what is work. In general, the term work means any physical or mental activity. For example, reading a book is mental work while lifting a book is physical work. In science, however, reading a book is not considered as a work. Similarly, no work is done while standing at a place with a heavy load on the head. Work is said to be done when an object moves to some distance as a result of the force acting on it. Thus, a work is done when you lift a book. Similarly, work is done when a box is pushed and its position changes. As you can see, pushing a box is known as a work in science. Run through. Force can move a body, stop a moving body, change the shape of a body, and change the direction of a moving body. Forces are of various kinds: muscular force, mechanical force, electric force, gravitational force, friction force, and magnetic force. Work is said to be done when a force applied on an object moves it by some distance. Now, track your progress. 1. Write W for the situation below where work is done and NW for the work is not done. Throwing a dice, work. Sitting on a chair, no work. Running after a cricket ball, no work. Pushing against a wall, work. And lifting a bucket, work. Now, simple machines. Can you open the metal cap of a soft drink bottle with your hands only? You cannot do it with your hands or fingers, no matter how hard you try. On the other hand, it can be easily done with the help of a bottle opener by applying a small force. Simple machines do not use electricity to do work. A bottle opener is a tool used to open bottle caps. There are many other tools that make our work easier for us. Such tools are called simple machines. These machines enable us to do work easily, in less time and with less effort. A simple machine has a few or no moving parts. A plain row that can be placed under a boulder and pushed to make the boulder move is also a simple machine. A knife is an example of a simple machine we use at our home every day. It helps us to cut things easily. Big and complicated machines such as a crane or a sewing machine are made up of many small simple machines working together. These machines are called complex machines. Types of simple machines. There are 6 basic types of simple machines. Let us discuss about them one by one. Lever. A lever is a long rod. It can be used to move heavy objects or cut things and open things. A hammer, a bottle opener, a nutcracker, a pair of scissors, and a seesaw are examples of lever. Pulley. A pulley is made up of a grooved wheel and a rope. It is used to lift loads. In villages, people draw water out of wells using pulley. Machines such as cranes and sailboats also make use of pulleys to lift heavy objects. Wheel and axle. A wheel and axle consists of a wheel fixed to a rod axle. As the axle turns, the wheel attached to it also moves. Such a combination helps in moving and changing the direction of objects. Machines such as steering wheels in cars, door rollers, fishing reels, and doorknobs make use of wheel and axle. Inclined plane. An inclined plane is a slanted surface or slope. One end of an inclined plane is higher than the other. It has no moving parts. It is used to move heavy objects up and down. A ramp, a slanted road, and a slide are examples of an inclined plane. As you can see, this is the example of an inclined plane. Wedge. A wedge is made of two inclined planes. These planes join together to form a sharp edge. This edge can split strings apart. A wedge may be made of metal, stones, or wood. To use it safely, it is sometimes attached to a handle. Knives, axes, forks, and nails are examples of wedges. Do you know that your teeth are also a kind of a wedge? No. Screw. So as you can see here, this is an example of a wedge. And what is a screw? Observe a screw carefully. It looks like a nail with a spiraling thread. A screw is a special form of an inclined plane. It is an inclined plane wrapped around a cylinder. Screws are used to hold objects together. They are used in jar lids, bottle caps, fountain pen caps, and many other things. Wonder box. Archaeologists believe that ancient Egyptians used inclined planes to carry big stones for building pyramids. A bolt is closely related to a screw. However, they are different from each other. There are several practical differences between them. A bolt is intended to be used along with a nut. On the other hand, a screw can be used with or without a nut. Now let's learn about energy. Energy is defined as the ability of a body to do work. So, to do any kind of work, we need energy. In fact, all living beings need energy to live. Most of the energy we need to live and work comes from the food we eat. However, we also need energy to light our houses, cook food, drive cars, power our televisions and computers, and run factories. In fact, we need energy to do everything. Where does this energy come from? Let us find out. Sources of energy. We obtain energy from different sources. Let us discuss few of them. Sun. The sun is the main source of energy on Earth. The energy given out by the sun is called solar energy. The energy of the sun is utilized by green plants to prepare their food. Do you remember what this process is called? Photosynthesis. Solar energy is also utilized to produce electricity with the help of solar panels. So this is called a solar panel or solar energy. Wind. A windmill uses the force of moving air or wind to generate electricity or draw underground water. This energy is called wind energy. Water. Dams use the force of the fast-flowing water to generate electricity. The electricity generated by using water is called hydroelectricity. This electricity is used to run various machines, fuels. They are natural substances. There is a lot of chemical energy stored in them. This energy is released when we burn them. Coal, petrol, cooking gas, oil, and wood are some examples of fuels. As you can see, this is dams. It is the source of water energy, and also steam engines is fuel energy. Atom. It is the smallest particle of matter. The energy released by splitting the atoms is called atomic energy. It is used for generating electricity. Energy can neither be created nor destroyed. However, it changes from one form to another. Know your scientists. Homi Jahangir Baba. He was an Indian scientist who is well known for his work on the Indian nuclear program. He founded the Tata Institute of Fundamental Research and the Bhabha Atomic Research Center. Forms of energy. Energy is present in various different forms such as mechanical energy, chemical energy, heat energy, electrical energy, magnetic energy, and sound energy. Some conversions of energy is listed below. When a tube light or a CFL is switched on, it converts the electrical energy into light energy. When we light a candle, it converts the chemical energy of wax into heat energy and light energy. In fact, the plants around us trap the solar energy and convert this energy into chemical energy which it stores in the form of food. Now, in this timeline, you can just see that the different dates are known and you can understand lots of things. For example, Homo sapiens harnessed fire in 2,000 BCE. 500 BCE, solar power has used in Greek homes. 200 BCE, coal mining was first started in China. 347 CE, with the help of bamboo poles, oil wells were drilled in China up to 100 feet. 1712, first steam engine was developed in England to pump water out of coal mines. 1821, first natural gas well was drilled in the United States. 1838, first hydrogen fuel cell was developed to generate electricity. 1882, the first electrical power plant was built by Thomas Edison. 1892, world's first geothermal heating system was built in Boise, Idaho. And 1921, world's first geothermal power plant was built in California. Now run through. The various types of simple machines are lever, wheel and axle, inclined plane, wedge and screw. The ability of a body to do work is called energy. The various sources of energy are sun, wind, water, fuels, and atom. The various forms of energy are mechanical, chemical, heat, electrical, magnetic, and sound. Energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It only changes from one form to another. Now track your progress. State true or false. A. Crane is an example of a wheel and axle. True. B. Work is said to be done while holding a book in your hand. False. C. Plants use chemical energy to prepare their food. False. D. A knife is an example of an inclined plane. False. E. Screws are used to hold objects together. True. Now grocery. Energy, the ability of a body to do work. Force, a push or pull. Friction, force that acts on an object to slow it down. Fuel, a natural substance that has chemical energy stored in it. Gravitational force, the force with which the earth pulls things towards its center. Simple machines, tools that make work easier for us. Work is said to be done when an object moves some distance as a result of a force acting on it. Now, assessment zone. Tick the correct answer. 1. Which of the following activity uses force? All of these. Number 2. In which of the following situations is work done? Lifting a bag. Number 3. Which of the following simple machines are used to cut objects? Both A and B. Number 4. Which of the following type of energy is stored in fuels? Chemical. Number 5. Which of the following force is responsible to make moving objects stop on its own? Frictional. Number 6. Which of the following energy is generated with the help of a windmill? Wind. B. Unscramble the following to write the name of different machines. Also write a type of simple machine they belong to. Number 1 is doorknob, wheel and axle. Number 2 is nail, screw. 3 is hammer, lever. Number 4 is knife, wedge. And number 5 is fork, wedge. State true or false. 1. The sun is the main source of energy to the earth through 2. Frictional force always acts in direction of a moving object falls. Number 3. Cranes use mechanical force to lift things through. Number 4. A wedge is made up of 3 inclined planes falls. Number 5. Friction increases the speed of a moving object falls. D. Match the following. Coal is fuel, solar energy is sun, fishing reel is wheel and axle, pole vault is elastic energy, and muscle is muscular energy. Answer the questions. You will refer to the notebook. Question number 1. Define the following. Work. Work is said to be done when an object moves some distance as a result of a force acting on to it. Force, a push or a pull. Energy, the ability of a body to do work. Question number 2. What are the 6 basic types of simple machines? The 6 basic types of simple machines are as follows. Lever, pulley, wheel and axle, inclined plane, wedge, and screw. Question number 3. What is a simple machine? Why do we use machine? There are many tools that make our work easier for us. Such tools are called simple machines. These machines enable us to do work easily in less time and with less effort. A plain rod is a simple machine. A knife is also a simple machine which helps to cut. Difference between inclined plane and a wedge. So, as you can see, inclined plane. An inclined plane is a slanted surface or a slope. The one end of an inclined plane is higher than the other. It has no moving parts. Wedge. A wedge is made up of 2 inclined planes joined together to form a sharp edge. This edge can split things apart. And examples of an inclined plane is a ramp, a slanted road, and a slide. And examples for the wedge are axe, knife, and fork. Number 5. Describe a wheel and axle with the help of an example. A wheel and axle consist of a wheel fixed to the rod or axle. As the axle turns, the wheel attached to it also moves. Such a combination helps in moving and changing the direction of object. Examples: steering wheel and fishing rod. Question number 6. What does a screw look like? How can it be made? Screw looks like a nail with a spiraling thread. A screw is a special form of an inclined plane. It is an inclined plane wrapped around a cylinder. They are used in jar lids, bottle caps, fountain pen caps, and many other things. Give 2 uses of a wedge. 2 uses of a wedge are: 1. Wedge is used to cut wood logs, and wedge is also used to join 2 things together. Question number 8. Name the different forms of energy. The different forms of energy are as follows: solar energy, wind energy, fuel energy, water or hydro energy, and atomic energy. Name the different sources of energy. The different sources of energy are wind energy, wind, water energy, water, solar energy, sun, and chemical energy, fuel like coal and petrol. Number 10. What is atomic energy? The energy released by splitting the atom is called atomic energy. Write a short note on energy. Energy is defined as the ability of a body to work. All living beings need energy to live. Energy to live and work comes from food we eat. Energy can exist in a variety of forms. Energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It can be transformed from one form to another. The next question. Energy can neither be created nor destroyed. Justify the statement with a suitable explanation. Energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It can be converted from one form to another. Electrical energy can be converted to heat or mechanical energy or sound energy in a variety of useful ways around the house using common appliances like in an electrical heater. Electrical energy is converted into heat energy, and in radio, electrical energy is converted into sound energy. The next question. Difference between gravitational force and frictional force. So gravitational force is the force of attraction applied on a body by the earth to pull it closer, and frictional force is the resistive force which opposes the movement of one object while rubbing on the surface of another object. Difference between wind energy and atomic energy. A windmill uses the force of moving air or wind. This energy is called wind energy. It is used to generate electricity or draw underground water. And atomic energy, the energy released by splitting the atom is called atomic energy. It is used for generating electricity. The next question, how is friction helpful? Answer, force of friction enables the moving things to slow down or stop, proving on their own by acting on them. It comes into play only when an object moves over the other. We cannot talk, run, walk, ride, skate, etc. without friction. Now, what will happen if there is no friction on Earth? Answer, we cannot walk, ride, and stop vehicles without friction. Next question. There is no gravity on the Earth. So things would fly off into space in a straight line. In buildings, people would start floating gently upwards until they bumped into the ceiling, and the Earth atmosphere itself would float off into space. What will happen if there is no sun? 1. Life will not exist if there is no sun, and there will be no plants, there will be no Worksheet 1 of force, work, and energy. Number A. Choose the correct answer. A moving body slows down or stops on its own due to frictional force. Number 2. Which of the following force leads any objects to fall down even if we throw up in the sky? Gravitation. 3. Which of the following objects is attracted towards magnet? Iron nail. 4. Which of the following actions shows that work is being done? Lifting a book. 5. Which of the following has gravity that pulls down things? Earth. 6. If Ravi is able to move the table through a distance, then work is said to be done. The next one. Name the kind of force being used in each case. There might be more than one type of force in some cases. 1. Raj bowled the 5th ball off the over. Ajay hit it to boundary for a 4. Muscular force. The doorbell rang. Stella ran to the door. Muscular force. The cup fell from Shan's hand and broke into pieces. Gravitational force. The stone rolled down the slope and fell into the river. Gravitational. Granny cut a piece of cloth into two with a pair of scissors. Mechanical force. Give reasons for the following. 1. Why do all the things come down to earth when we throw them up? It is because the earth pulls all objects towards the center with a force called gravitational force or gravity. 2. Why do skaters keep moving their skating shoes? A skater wearing skating shoes has to push himself to keep moving in order to overcome the frictional force. Worksheet 2, true or false. Number 1. Machines make our work difficult falls. A hammer is a kind of a lever through. A slide is an example of pulley falls. Non-living things need energy to do work falls. Green plants use solar energy to make their food through. Give 2 examples for each of the following. Complex machine, washing machine lifts, lever, hammer and scissors, wedge like fork and axe, wheel and axle, pulley and doorknob, and inclined plane, slide and ram. Define the following simple machine tools that make work easier for us. Energy, the ability of a body to do work, and solar energy, the energy given out by the sun, is called solar energy. Now here, observe the following pictures and interrupt your observation. So this is solar energy is also utilized to produce electricity with the help of solar panels. A windmill uses the force of moving air to generate electricity. Screws are used to hold objects together, helps in moving and changing of objects, and it is used to lift loads. And worksheet 3, fill in the blanks. Number 1, a moving body slows down or stops due to its frictional force. 2, work is done when force is applied on a body and it moves through distance. 3, energy is the ability to do work. 4, when we beat a drum, muscular energy is changed into sound energy. 5, a pulley is made from a wheel and rope. A screw looks like a nail with grooves cut into it. Fuels like coal, oil, and petrol have chemical energy. Plants trap sun's energy to make food. Name the following. Energy you get by burning fuels, chemical energy. Energy that plants use to make food, solar energy. Energy that we use to run a fan, electrical energy. Our main source of energy, it gives heat and light energy, is sun, and it is the smallest particle of matter, atoms. Find the odd one out. Number 1, water. 2, candle. 3, knives. And 4, grain. And solve the crossword with the help of the given clues. So the clues are here in the back side of it. I will just give the answers. Number 1 is work. Number 2 is solar. Number 3 is force. 4 will be energy. 5 will be elastic. And 6 will be wedge. So if you enjoyed my video, please do like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you all.